guiding many families and youth all around India. So we're fortunate to have him today to become Sanatana Goswami Siksha. So let's see here from him attentively. Thank you, Prabhu. Take it away.
ज्ञानतिमिरन्धश्ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्णा. I'm very happy to come here again. Last time once Prabhu had invited, and this is the second time I'm addressing all of you. I'm very happy and very grateful to Prabhu for extending this invitation. I don't know much of any of you, and even Prabhu also, I don't know much. I've just, we've just interacted over messages. But then the connection is so nice that we are all Krishna conscious. We are all trying to be nice devotees, trying to please Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in this way, we have a connection. And this topic of Sanatana Shiksha, I was just asking Prabhu, is it a series that is going on? Because it's a very, very big topic. So then Prabhu told, no, it's a standalone topic. So then I was thinking that we will have the chapter, actually, it has five distinct chapters are there in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So in the first chapter, some very essential instructions are given, which is quite relevant for the sadhakas. So one is the basic introduction of Sanatana Goswami itself, and then the beginning of the teachings of Sanatana Goswami, teachings to the Sanatana Goswami. So that's really very nice. It's quite philosophical and it's quite nice. As we know, the philosophy is the foundation of our Krishna conscious practice. So if our practice is not based on the philosophy, so then it can very easily shake. So we will see that. So first 15 minutes or 10 minutes, we will take for introduction of Sanatana Goswami. Then after that, half an hour, we will discuss about the teachings. And then next 15 minutes, we can take the questions. So this is how we will plan today's session. So here in the beginning, it is mentioned that how Mahaprabhu, he went to the South Indian Yatra, and then he went to various different places. And he also attempted to go to Vrindavan twice. So one time, actually, he went and met, basically the meeting of these devotees, Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. So that was a prime function of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he wanted to depute them. Before he went to Vrindavan, he had sent Bhugarbha Goswami, Lokanath Goswami, and then he sent all this Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and all of them. He was keep on deputing them in Vrindavan to do very, very essential work. When he was performing his pastimes elsewhere, so he sent his key people, the key, very, very important devotees, to do very confidential services there. And he would train them, he would educate them, and he would send them. So, it so happened that Mahaprabhu met in the due course of his wanderings. So in India, he met these two great personalities, Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami. So before the meeting, so these two were known as Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik, and they were serving in Nawab Husain's government as ministers. And they were like at one point in time, they were feeling that very intense attraction towards Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then they wanted to go and join the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And they were preparing themselves for that. They did a lot of preparations, Vedic rituals, many different things, they did. So to prepare themselves, in fact, it is very essential that before we meet the Supreme Lord, or before we meet the Lord in the form of holy name, or meet the Lord in the form of the glorification of the Lord in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, or Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, it's very important for ourselves to prepare. Because I always give this example. If you have a mobile phone, so if you want to charge it, you have to insert the adapter properly into the socket. Simply getting close to the socket is not sufficient. Simply just putting a tape and fixing the adapter to the socket, that's also not sufficient. There is a particular method in which it has to be inserted. So then the charging actually happens. So the particular way in which we are supposed to connect with the Lord is very, very important. So Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, so they were preparing themselves, they're preparing their consciousness, to actually go and meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So then after all these rituals and things like that, Rupa Goswami, so he's it is Srila Prabhupada writes that it seems like Rupa Goswami has got permission to go and meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but Sanatana Goswami did not at that point in time. So like Rupa Goswami got a huge amount of his earnings, and it filled a boat with so much of gold coins. And Srila Prabhupada always mentions this as an exemplary way of utilization of the money. So 50% of his money, he used it in the service of the Lord. He donated it to the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas, and 25% he kept it for his relatives and all his dependents, and 25% for the emergency needs. And then after he sets towards meeting Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sanatana Goswami, so because he did not get permission, so he engaged, he retired, literally like mentally, he retired from his government services. He delegated everything, and then he sat at home studying Srimad Bhagavatam in the association of other Brahmanas. So, and he was submitting sick leave to the government, and Nawab, the governor, he is, he was practically like, going around and conquering various kingdoms and things like that, depending on Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami, actually, for administration of the whole kingdom. So, but then his main people are not working. So then, Nawab wanted to actually go and check himself. So he came home to meet Sanatana Goswami. So there, Sanatana Goswami was hale and healthy, and he was sitting with his other colleagues, and he was studying Srimad Bhagavatam. So then Nawab was very angry. So, but then Sanatan told that, no, it's not possible for me to get back to the government services. I've decided. So, and then, because Nawab was quite angry. So he told that, okay, you are, various people do different criminal activities and you punish them. So if you consider this to be also an offensive act, punish me. But I cannot resume my governmental services. So then he was arrested. So then after he was arrested, Rupa Goswami got an idea, information about Sanatana Goswami's arrest. And Rupa Goswami, he sent a word saying that I have kept 10,000 gold coins, in the custody of a banker, a grocer in Bengal. So that time there were no banks, so they used to keep this kind of money with the the Vaishyas. So Vaishyas used to do the business trade, crop protection, agriculture, and banking. And these are all the natural occupations of the Vaishyas. And okay, so then Sanatana Goswami, the moment he got to know of this, so then he bribed the jailer, saying that I can give you 5,000 gold coins, so you let me out. So then the jailer told, yeah, you have done a lot of favor to me in the past, because he was a minister. He was in a very, very high position. So You have done a lot of favor to me, so I'm very indebted to you, and I will definitely accept it. But I don't know like what to tell to the Nawab when he comes back. So I'm confused. Like I'm afraid of. In fact, I'm afraid of Nawab. So then Sanatan Goswami told he invented a story, what he can tell to Nawab, and then he raised the offer to 10,000 gold coins. And the greedy jailer, he just took it and then he let him go. And then when Sanatan escaped from the jail, he didn't want to go through the general pathway. This is how it seems like all the devotees they escape from home. Narottam Das Thakur, Sanatan Goswami, and many other devotees like the same kind of this one actually comes. Even Raghunath Das Goswami, when he escapes from home and want to go and meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so he doesn't take the general path because that's where people generally will search. They wanted to be very sure. We don't want to miss to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We don't want any obstacle coming in our way in surrendering ourselves to the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they were very, very careful about this. And even if it meant it was a very difficult path to tread, so they chose the path of the forest path. So now Sanatan Goswami is also doing the same thing. And then he went to different places. And then in one place, in midst of the forest, somewhere in Bihar, so like he found a hotel to rest for the day. And then when he went to the hotel keeper was so very nice. He was so nicely speaking to him and very, very courteous. And like there is a proverb in Bengal, like Srila Prabhupada used to often cite this, Ati Bhakti Chorer Lakshan. So that means too much of devotion is a sign of a thief. So sometimes many different stories are mentioned. Like here itself, there is the storyline of Sanatan Goswami itself is a nice this one. So like, but then Sanatan Goswami, he thought that this extra kindness there is something fishy about this extra kindness. So then in the night, like he asked his servant, are you carrying any money with you? So then he told, yeah, I'm carrying 7 gold coins. So then he chastised him, like, you are actually carrying death with you. It's like death personified. The wealth that you are carrying is death personified, especially for the renunciants. So the wealth that is not utilized in Krishna's service, it's really very, very dangerous. So for anyone, for that matter, especially in Kali Yuga, the Kali Purusha actually sits in the wealth. So it's very important to use every aspect of our life in Krishna's service. So then Sanatana Goswami took that money and gave it to the hotel keeper. And then he escaped, and there are many more details are there. So we will get to the teachings to Sanatana Goswami as quickly as possible. And on the way, he met one of his well-to-do brother-in-law, and he gave him a nice, valuable quilt, and he accepted that offer, and he went to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Varanasi. And when he went there, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very, very happy to meet this devotee. In fact, he came running and embraced him and things like that. But then Sanatan Goswami, he is humility personified. So he was so very uncomfortable by the touch of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was mentioning, I'm so fallen, I'm so wretched, please do not touch me. So but then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that you are a devotee, you have surrendered yourself into the lotus feet of Krishna, you are fully engaged in Krishna's service. So touching you, seeing you, in any way coming in touch with you is so purifying. You are capable of purifying the entire world. That's the glory of yours. You are a devotee. So but then after that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entrusted Sanatana Goswami to Tapan Mishra and asked him to transform Sanatan into a gentleman. What it is means, because he was in the government service of a Nawab and he had grown big beards and things like that. So, but then the devotee means he's clean shaven and nicely clean in all the sense, like internally, externally. So internal cleanliness is very important, but at the same time, external cleanliness is also very, very important. So Sanatan was having very, like dirty clothes and then big beard and stuff like that. So then Sanatan was offered a nice bath and like shaving and things like that. So then after that, he was presented with new clothes. And Sanatan did not accept it. No, rather he accepted some old and used clothes. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he heard this, he was so very happy. And then Sanatan, seeing how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so like happy to meet this personality. See, there was a Grahastha Brahmana. He extended an invitation that till the time you are here in Varanasi, please come home and every day you have lunch with me, lunch at my house. So then Sanatan refused. No, I will go door to door, beg and ask for madhukari, begging. So in that way only I will like accept my food or prasad. So then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even that actually pleased him very, very much. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was eyeing at his costly quilt, which his brother-in-law had, what is that? Not eyeing, basically, he was, whenever his sight would fall on it, he would turn his face and he would not pay much attention to it, and he would not regard that at all. And Sanatan Goswami, he could able to understand that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not like this costly quilt, and he went to a washerman, he exchanged it for a torn quilt. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very extremely pleased with him. Right? So this is a very, very important thing. It is mentioned that Mahaprabhu Bhakta Ganir Vairagya Pradhana Yaradeki Pritahaya Gauravadavana. So it's mentioned that renunciation is the basic principle sustaining the lives of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotees. Seeing this renunciation, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is extremely satisfied. So this is the condition. It's like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very, very pleased with Sanatana Goswami's renunciation, Sanatana Goswami's like humility, and he decided to instruct Sri Sanatana Goswami. So this is how the teachings to Sanatana Goswami actually begins. So this also has a very, very important foundation, because the humility, the attitude that a devotee actually carries, that makes the favorable environment for the knowledge to be cultivated, right? So Sanatana Goswami was an amazing person, whom Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually instructed. So now, so in the Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, so chapter 20, the instructions to Sanatana Goswami. So there it's mentioned, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, personally told Sanatana Goswami about Lord Krishna's real identity. So he gave the teachings about the Krishna's identity, and then he also told about Lord's conjugal love, his personal opulence, and the mellows of devotional service. All these truths were explained to Sanatana Goswami by Lord himself out of his causeless mercy. So now we see the real mercy of the Lord. So in Bhagavad Gita also it is mentioned that Esham eva anukampantam aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayami atma bhavastu jnana deepena bhashrata. Right? So when Lord becomes very, very pleased with somebody, he destroys ignorance and he actually bestows knowledge upon that living entity. So, and here Sanatana Goswami is a great recipient of the mercy of the Lord. And when Sanatana Goswami actually approaches, he approaches with a straw in his teeth, a straw between his teeth. He falls at the feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then, he catches hold of lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he tells, Nicha Jati, Nicha Sangi, Patita Adama, Ku Vishaya Kupa Padi, Gonaya Janama. So, like, I am very Nicha Jati, I'm low born, I am, my association is very bad, Nicha Sangi, and Patita Adama. I am most fallen and I am most wretched. I am lowest among the men, right? So I've passed my whole life fallen in the well of sinful materialism. I've not done any Krishna consciousness. So it is quite interesting to analyze the mood of the Vaishnava. though he is performing Krishna consciousness all the time. So even in the association of Nawab Hussain Shah, it is mentioned that Sanatan Goswami's, that the court palace and things like that would be frequented by so many Vaishnavas. So it is a different, it's like Nawab's palace would be in a different place, and the ministers, Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, they would have their palace in a different place. And literally, it was Vrindavan all around. The temples, glorification of the Lord, Harinam, everything was, it's not that they were living a Mohammedan life. No, they were actually living a very, very nice Krishna conscious life. So, but then they were discharging their governmental duties as well. So it's not that they were not doing Krishna consciousness, but see their attitude. No, like I've not done any Krishna consciousness. I'm so fallen. No, I'm full and full materialist. How does it happen? How does this logically we can fit this in our how we can actually comprehend? Are they telling lies? Are they diplomatic? No. Are they like just to put some kind of illusion? No, they are speaking like this. No, it's not like that. So then a materialistic person, though he may be bad, but even if he does one small good thing, he would highlight that. You see, like, no, I'm good. No, I'm so good. So in the same way, a Krishna conscious person, he is like, even though he's doing all good, but if he's doing even a slight wrong thing or slight, seemingly a wrong thing also, he would highlight that, see, this wrong is there. This, I'm so fallen. When will I become a nice devotee? When will I become a devotee in such a way that my absorption in the Krishna's thoughts of his name, form, pastimes, and things like that doesn't get interrupted at all? When will I develop that intense hankering towards Krishna? So their whole thought process is like that, right? So even a small thing, it's just like if somebody has a fever, suppose, and he's almost well, like he's able to eat well, and he's getting well. But if slight tiredness is there, slight residual effects of the fever is there, so still like this is there, it has to get cured. I should become completely all right, right? So the focus is on like the residual, this one. So in the same way, Sanatana Goswami and all these great devotees, so they actually focus on this residual thing. This materialism is a big disease, and it is actually killing the conscious space which I can use for thinking about Krishna, remembering Krishna. It is just killing. So I don't want any trace of this materialism. I want to be fully Krishna conscious. So that's how they actually get to this kind of this one, that they feel themselves to be very very fallen. So even though externally they had association with the Mlechas and Yavanas, so but then internally they were devotees, but still they would consider that even the external thing, we are fallen, we are not a great devotee. So that's this one. And then he mentions that, please be merciful, please deliver me from this materialistic path. And then actually people tell that I'm a learned person, and I am also so foolish that I believe when people tell that I'm so great, I'm learned. So I also tend to believe that I'm such a fallen person. Please help me, please save me. So then he mentions that, okay, now I've given up everything for the service of Krishna. So in this liberated state, what is my duty? What am I supposed to do? And then he asks certain questions, that who am I? Ke ami, kena amai jaratapatraya. So why do threefold miseries actually give trouble to me? Adhyatmik, adibhautik, and adidaivik. So miseries caused by one's own body and mind, miseries caused by other living entities, miseries caused by the natural calamities. So why are these actually troubling me? I do not know this. How can I be benefited? He is mentioning. And then he is asking, Sadhya sadhana tattva puchite na jani, kripa kari sava tattva kahat apani. Actually, I do not know how to inquire about the goal of life, process of attaining the goal, and be merciful. Please explain these truths to me, right? So, like he's asking about Sambandha, Avidaya, and Prayojana, which is the primary subjects of the Vedic literatures, or broadly the Vedic literatures constitute only these three subjects, Sambandha, Videya, and Prayojana. What is our relationship with Krishna? And what's the goal? And how can I attain the goal, right? So then, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling, Prabhu hai, Krishna Kripa Tomate Purna hai. You are completely bestowed by, with the blessings of Sri Krishna. You know everything. Sabatattva jana. Tamara nahi thapatraya. So threefold miseries certainly do not touch you, right? So because a knowledgeable person, it's like, if there is a wire, there is a wire over here. So I'm touching this wire. So till the time the insulation is there, so the current is not going to disturb me. So in the same way, the insulation of Krishna consciousness is there. So then the threefold miseries of this material existence, it doesn't touch a devotee. And here Sanatana Goswami, he is highly Krishna conscious. He is 100% Krishna conscious. How can threefold miseries of this world can actually affect him? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling you are completely, blessed by Lord Sri Krishna. And he's mentioning that those who are very eager to awaken the Krishna consciousness, and who have unflinching, undeviated intelligence, certainly attain the desired goal of life very soon. So, and then he's mentioning that you are very, very fit candidate for devotional service. So therefore, gradually hear from me. Whatever I'm telling you, please hear from me. So he's mentioning. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells the opening statements or opening teachings to Sanatana Goswami. It's a very, very famous shloka. All of us might have heard many, many times. Jivere Swarupa Hai Krishna Nityadas. First question was, Ke Ami? Who am I? So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is mentioning. So our identity is we are part and parcel of Krishna, and specifically we are servants of Krishna. Krishna Tatastha Shakti, Veda Veda Prakasha. So we are Krishna's Tatastha Shakti, so marginal energy, and then we are Veda Abheda Prakasha. So we are simultaneously one and different from the Supreme Lord. So how is it that Suryam Shakirana Yaiche Agni Jwala Chaya Swabhavika Krishna Rathina Prakara Shakti. So there are three different energies of Krishna are there. How are they? Shuryam Shakirana. So like the sun rays and the sun, which the Prabhupada often gives. So we can see how the Acharya, he doesn't invent even the examples and analogies of his own. It's predominantly 99% of Srila Prabhupada's explanations come directly from the scriptures. So like sun and the sun rays, the sun is the energetic and the sun rays is the energy of the sun. The sun rays can be called as the sun. So when the sun rays enters our window, so we say that, sun has come. So it's not wrong. It's simultaneously one and simultaneously different as well. So it's different in the sense that it's not the entirety of the sun. Sun is much more than the sun rays. Right, so it is impartial. It's a partial representation of the sun, and in the same way, like the spark of a fire and the fire itself, so they have the same quality, but then the quantity is different, right? So in the same way, Svabhavika Krishna Rathina Prakara Shakti Haya. So there are three kinds of energies that Krishna has, and they are all Svabhavika. Like we also may have servants at home, and we may have different people working under us in our workplace. So, but then they are not Swabhavika. We can just think of something and they execute it. No, it's not like that. Sometimes we may think, sometimes we may tell, sometimes we may demand, still the work doesn't get done. So, but then it's not like that for Krishna. They are Swabhavika Jnana Bala Kriyacha, right? Parasya Shakti Vividaiva Shruyate, Swabhaviki Jnana Bala Kriyacha. So, like they have, Krishna has multifarious energies, many energies, predominantly categorized into three. And they act very, very they work in tandem with Krishna, right? So that's it's not something like very difficult for Krishna to actually manage these energies. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually cites a particular shloka, Ekadesha Stita Shagner Jyotsna Vistarina Yatha Parasya Brahmana Shaktis Tatedam Akilam Jagat. So just like Agni or the tube light, for our this one, so a light, electric light, which is present in one place. it is spreading its light everywhere. Jyotsna Vistarinayata. In the same way, Parasya Brahmana Shakti, Tatedam Akilam Jagat. The whole world, the whole creation is nothing but Krishna and his energies. Krishna is present in one place, no, Goloke eva nivasati, kilatma bhuto. So Krishna is present in one place, but still his energies are spread throughout the creation. In fact, creation is nothing but no composition of energies of Krishna. So even in Bhagavad Gita, now Krishna mentions that Bhumi Rapa Analavayo Kamano Buddhirevacha Ahankara Mitiyam Me Binna Prakriti Rashtada. So the 8 things: earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. So these 8 constitute my external energy. And apart from that, there is internal energy that is there, Jiva Shakti. So, like Jiva Shakti is so apareyam itastvanyam prakritim viddhi me param jiva bhuta mahabahu edam daryatam jagat. So he mentions that these different energies are there, and then Krishna mentions there is nothing else apart from these 2 in this material world. Everything that exists is either the material energy or the marginal energy, the living entities. Except to this, nothing else is there, right? So one important aspect, the superset, the superset of everything that exists in the whole creation, is only 2 things exist in that. One is Krishna, and another is Krishna's energies. That's it. Nothing else apart from that exists in the whole of the creation. And and all of them are very, very nicely and very amazingly working in tandem with Krishna. And so then after that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains these 3 different energies. So he mentions about the living entity, and then how the living entity has control over things in this world, or he has the knowledge of things in this world. So that is the Kshetrajna. So that even in Bhagavad Gita we study that. And then Krishna is the overall Kshetrajna. He knows everything, and the living entity knows to a minute detail, to whatever extent he is allowed to. So, and when a living entity forgets the Supreme Lord, he becomes attracted by the material energy. Krishna Bhulya say Jiva Anadi Bahirmukha, Atayeva Mayadhara Deya Samsara Dukha. So only when the living entity forgets Krishna or his relationship with Krishna, so that is when he will be able to experience the material miseries. Otherwise, knowledgeable person. Knowledge means to know Krishna as all in all, to know Krishna as Vasudevam Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudarlabha. So that is knowledge. So knowing Krishna means knowledge, and knowledgeable person, he doesn't suffer. Only a person in ignorance can actually suffer. And to the various degrees of covering of the material nature, so to that extent, the living entity suffers in the material world. To the degree to which the material nature has got uncovered, or the living entity is uncovered by the material nature, so then to that degree, he experiences the bliss of Krishna consciousness, right? So this is the proportion. This is proportionate. So then, so like Krishna is very, very merciful. So now the living entities are covered by this material energy, and because of which they are struggling in this world. And what's Krishna doing about it? Shadhu Shastra Kripaya Yadi Krishna Makahaya Se Jiva Nistara Maya Dhara Chadaya. So if the conditioned soul becomes Krishna conscious by the mercy of saintly persons who voluntarily preach scriptural injunctions and help him to become Krishna conscious, the conditioned soul is liberated from the clutches of Maya, who gives him up, right? So like in this way, we see that by the mercy of the devotees, Krishna sends the devotees to liberate the conditioned souls, and Krishna also sends the the scriptures. Krishna personally comes as Vyasadeva, and then he gives the scriptures. Maya Mukta Jivera Nahi Swata Krishna Jnana. So a living entity who is covered by the material energy, he cannot come to understand Krishna on his own. So then what does happen? What Krishna does? Jivera Kripaya Kaila Krishna Veda Purana. So out of great mercy of the Lord, Krishna actually gives this Vedic literatures to us, and this Mahapuran, Srimad Bhagavatam to us. So that's the way to actually get knowledge about Krishna, and that's the way to actually get out of this clutches of material existence. And No Shastra Guru Atma Rupe Apanare Janana Krishna Mara Prabhuthara Jivara Hayajnana. So by studying this Vedic literatures, from the spiritual master, with the help of spiritual master, and also with the help of the super soul, so then a living entity actually proceeds, towards getting out of the clutches of Maya and actually attains real knowledge. And then he actually gets to go back to the spiritual world. And now let me summarize a little more of the teachings which are there. So Krishna actually, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually explains about the scriptures. So it primarily has three components: Sambandha, Abhidaya, and Prayojana. So Sambandha is practically, who am I? What is my relationship with the Supreme Lord? What are all the things that are there around me? And what is their existence? Are they independent from Krishna? Are they connected to Krishna? If they are connected, in what way they are connected? And to understand this basic environment where I am and in connection with Krishna, so that is Sambandha. And then the next is the prayojana, the goal. So the goal, it's very clearly mentioned. It's a technical term. The prayojana is a technical term. So prema or Krishna prema is considered to be the goal. Purushartha Shiromani, prema Mahadana. So Krishna prema is considered to be the ultimate goal of the living entity. And then how to actually attain that Krishna prema. So that is the process of Abhidaya. There's lots and lots of details of the Abhidaya. And Srila Prabhupada is very, very merciful to us. So he has put us through the process of Krishna consciousness. Even though we may not know the details, just by following the principles or just by following the schedule given by Srila Prabhupada to us, we are actually fulfilling many, many aspects of the process of Abhidaya. And we will be actually be able to progress in Krishna consciousness in a very nice way, right? So, one of the things, when it came to the point of Abhidaya, and when it came to the point of attaining Krishna and having intense attraction to Krishna, so I would like to share one very important, this one. So, Prabhu, do I have a sharing permission?
You should be able to share, co-host. You should be able to share.
Okay, so I'd like to just explain one nice piece of information. So this is the Gaudiya logo, which Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur personally developed. This logo is a very interesting thing to analyze. If you see in this logo, the center is Krishna, that is Om Nama, so that is Krishna himself. And then in the star, there are 5 things that are mentioned. That is the 5 opulences of Krishna. Shri, Yasha, and Aishwarisha, Samagrasya, Viryasya, Yashasha, Shriya, Jnana, Vaira, Vayos, Chaiva, Chandam, Bhagatingana. So the 5 or 6 different opulences of Krishna. So that is mentioned here. And then in center is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and below is Guru Gaudiya. So and it has 2 sections. One is the left side and another is the right side. In the left side, we see Pancharatra book and Lakshmi Narayan and Vidhi, Vidhi Marga. And Vidhi Marga is performed by the process of Archana, the process of worshipping the Lakshmi Narayan. And on the other side, what is mentioned is the Raga Marga. So by Vidhi Marga, it is mentioned that we can at most reach to the heavenly planets, sorry, not heavenly planets, Vaikuntha Loka. And only by Raga Marga, only by spontaneous attraction to Krishna, we can actually attain Goloka Vrindavan, right? We can attain the service of Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. And what is this Raga Sadhana, Raga Marga Sadhana? So many times, I don't know in West, you all face this problem. In India, we face this problem. Whenever our devotees go to Vrindavan, so people would say hey, in ISKCON, you people are not following the Raga Marga. You're missing out. You're not going to reach Goloka Vrindavan. You're going to reach Vaikuntha planets. But then we have to see Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he has put entire philosophy into this logo and entire practice into this logo. So all of us study Srimad Bhagavatam. So study of Srimad Bhagavatam is a practice of Raga Marga. And chanting of Krishna's names is practice of Raga Marga. So that is the Kirtana. So that is Mridanga is there. And a very unusual instrument is there over here. This is the printing press. And I just chose to explain this because it's December month and it's book marathon month. And I want to stress on this aspect as well. So like book distribution is a sadhana in Raga Marga, given by the Manjari, like Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, a personal associate of Shri Radha and Krishna. So this book distribution, which is put down by Srila Prabhupada, following in the footsteps of his spiritual master, it's not an ordinary program. Performance of Kirtan, study of Srimad Bhagavatam, chanting the names of the Lord, distribution of Srila Prabhupada's books. It's a very powerful program, very, very powerful program. So we should not be distracted by anybody saying that no ISKCON people, you people don't have much of high practices, you're all basic sadhana guys, you cannot attain something higher. So but we are fully confident of what we are doing, and we are fully confident of the destination that we are going to reach, right? So anyways, I'll just end with this one. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he actually describes the study of the Vedic literatures, and the Sambandha Avidya Prayojana with a small story. And the story goes like this. He mentions that there is a person who's very poor and he was very, very sad. And an astrologer, Sarvagya, he actually meets him and he asks him, why are you actually sad? So, and then the poor man says that, I'm so wretched. I don't have anything. I'm so poor. That's why I'm sad. So then the astrologer says, no, you are a very great rich person. Your father has got a great treasure for you, but he could not able to tell you because he passed away elsewhere in a foreign place. So actually, you have a great treasure. In your home, you have a great treasure. And what is it? And how to attain? So the first thing is understanding that I have a great treasure, understanding that I have a relationship with Krishna. So that itself, that's the Sambandha. And then the treasure itself is compared to Krishna Prema. And that has to be searched out through the Vedic literatures with the help of the spiritual master. So here the Sarvagya is mentioning that if you go towards the south, and if you dig for this treasure in the south, you will get some venomous wasps, which actually will bite you and trouble you and things like that. Please don't go towards that side. So that's the Karma Kanda section of the Vedas. Please don't touch that portion. And then he mentions that if you go towards the western side, so you go towards the western side, so that's you will find ghostly beings, if you actually dig from there. So that's compared to the Jnana Kanda, so and the section of the Vedas. And then if you go to the northern side, you will find snake, deadly snake, if you dig from there. So that's also not very good for you. The eastern side is where your father has kept the treasure. Please go towards that. Right? So now Vedic literatures, it has all these components: karma, jnana, yoga, and bhakti. And for a serious practitioner of Krishna consciousness, so these are all the contaminations. Whenever we talk about pure devotional service, so what is this purity? What is this contamination? Absence of which we can call it as pure devotional service. So the contaminations of karma, jnana, yoga. So these are all the contaminations. In fact, Rupa Goswami mentions that bhukti, mukti, siddhi, kami. Not that. Sakaliya Shanti Krishna Bhakta Nishkama Deva Shanta. So this is different. So he mentions that bhukti mukti sprihayavad pishachi hridi vartate tavat bhakti sukasyatam katam abhyudayo. So this bhukti and mukti, bhukti is the sense gratification, which is result of karma yoga, and mukti is liberation, which is result of jnana yoga. So bhukti mukti spriha, even desire for material gains and desire for liberation, they are like pishachi hridi vartate. They are like ghostly beings. They haunt a practitioner of Krishna consciousness. And till the time these ghosts are haunting him, he can never experience the pure taste and the sweetness of Krishna Bhakti. No, Tavat Bhakti Sukhasya Katham Abhyudayo Bhavet. How will the pure nectar of Krishna consciousness or the bliss of Krishna consciousness will arise in the heart of such a practitioner, right? So this is how Rupa Goswami actually raises a question. So this is just the summary of the first portion of the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Sanatana Goswami, that he gives the clarity of who the living entity is. He is Krishna's servant, and then forgetting that he is actually wandering in this material world and he's suffering so many things. And by remembrance, by reviving this Krishna consciousness, so one can actually get out of the suffering and get out of the clutches of material existence, and he can attain the lotus feet of Krishna. And to the degree he is covered, he experiences the misery, and to the degree he is uncovered, he actually becomes blissful. And how he can get himself uncovered from this? By the help of the spiritual master, who speaks from the scriptures as it is, who presents the scriptures as it is. And by great mercy, Krishna has given the scriptures and how to actually approach the scriptures. The scriptures as Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, Yoga, and Bhakti. We should carefully avoid Karma, Jnana, Yoga, and then only take Bhakti. So that is when we will be able to advance in Krishna consciousness and attain our desired goal of attaining the lotus feet of Krishna or attaining Krishna Prema, right? So this is the summary of the first section of teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So with this, I pause my talk here. Any questions or comments we can take. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Harikshetra bro, for wonderfully explaining, crisply putting out. I just reflected one point you mentioned. I remembered the past time talking about whatever Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur has given the Pradanga as the real essence. It is Raga Marga. As Bhaktivinoda Thakur used to give his disciples, put the water to the Loki plant and this. Then they used to ask, we want to actually attain the highest Krishna Prema. Why Guru is asking, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is asking us to just put water. Then the others, I think Gaur Kushadas, Babaji Maharaj or someone says that whatever Guru says, do the ABC, that is your Raga Marga. Whatever he knows exactly how the Guru service means, it is Krishna service. Temple means it is Guru asked him. So you have to understand that. So our Acharyas gives that example of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So sometimes, this is just ordinary material work. What has anything to do with Krishna Prema? So distribution of Pradanga, we think like that. So it is a thank you for putting that point out. Go ahead, pray Parama Pavani Mataji. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for a wonderful class. I have a question that how many energies, as you mentioned it, in the world there is only two things, Krishna and Krishna's energy. So how many energies, jivas are marginal energies, and the material energy is the external energy and internal energy. So it's is there any categorization of the energies like external, internal, marginal, or can you explain, please?
Yeah, there's lots and lots and lots of energies of the Lord is there. It is mentioned Parasya Shaktish Vivideva Shriyate, right? So so there are many energies are there. So they're primarily categorized as three. So the internal, external, and marginal. And if you see external, we are very much used to the external energy of the Lord. So we have passion and ignorance in the external energy of the Lord, and we have multiple varieties, in the external energy of the Lord. So there are living entities are there. There are inert beings. There are in the inert beings, there are so many different classifications are there. Just the color of paint that we use in our room. So we have so many different shades that are there. So in the same way, all these energies, they have many classifications. Many classifications are there. So so they are unlimited. In fact, the energies of the Lord are unlimited. To understand them, we broadly categorize into three. So the external energy means the inert beings. And then the marginal energy means they are separated parts and parcels, but then they have consciousness, just like the Supreme Lord. And the internal energy of the Lord means they are very, very close to the Supreme Lord. So internal energy is very close to the Supreme Lord, actually almost non-different from the Supreme Lord. And marginal energy is little far, and external energy is very, very far. It's based on the distance at which these energies operate with Krishna. So these broad classifications actually are made, right? So they have many, many different subdivisions are there.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for explaining so nicely. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Dhruv Gaurang, Prabhu, go ahead. Then Balaram.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. This is Atirupa Gauranga Das. Prabhu, it is always inspiring to me to listen your class. It is nice points you mentioned. Prabhu, I have a question. You said that the wire example where inside the current is passing, but whenever we touch, it is not giving any shock to us because insulation is there. Okay. So now I want to understand, as long as we are remaining in this material world, threefold miseries will keep coming to us, even though regardless of whether you are a devotee of Krishna or not, because the state of the design is in that way. So now how I understand, being in Krishna consciousness, I'm not getting that miseries. Still bothers, right? So many devotees also suffered from COVID. Many devotees suffering from various internal diseases and problems, and devotees problems with other devotees or neighboring persons and all, right? So can you explain throw some light how it will not bother? It's bothers, right?
So here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself mentions to Sanatana Goswami that threefold miseries does not touch you. And then we see in the further section that Sanatana Goswami, when he is traveling through forest path, he drinks some water, contaminated water, and then he becomes affected by some kind of a skin disease, right? So, and what does it mean then? Like, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's statement is wrong. So, like, it is about, they doesn't affect the living entity. They doesn't affect the pure devotee of the Lord who is very intensely practicing. So like in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna mentions that like when Arjuna says that this sin will come upon me, if I perform this war, sin will come upon me. And to that, Krishna actually mentions that if you become detached, from the results of your activities. So detachment means it is jnana. That means it's like a very high level of knowledge that is there. So if you become detached from the fruits of your action, the sin will not touch you. The material, this ones will not touch you. So the thing is, the body, being made of this material elements, and that will have its influence. The material nature will have influence on the body. But then the spirit soul is completely different from matter. And you have a choice whether to get affected by the transformations of matter or not to be affected. So a pure devotee of the Lord, in the Prithu Maharaj section, like the Srimad Bhagavatam actually gives a very wonderful example of a dried coconut. A dried coconut, if you see, like inside the pulp and the coconut, they are like not in contact. So like in the same way, they're living within the body, but they are not in contact with the body. The body is just doing its material activities. Sometimes it gets affected. Sometimes it's healthy. It's okay. So, but then the living entity within, who's a very advanced soul, advanced practitioner, he doesn't get affected. So, like the practitioners, normal practitioners, we get affected and we have to take precautions. We have to take care of all those things. But when we make sufficient advancement, so then we become detached from the body. So then after that, like, it's a choice. Like it's the living entity or the advanced soul. He takes consciously, he is not affected by the external happenings of this world. So like that. It's a choice of getting affected. So when we make advancement, we don't get affected.
Okay, so what I understand, when we intensely practice, we will understand who we are and what is our constitutional position, and automatically we will detach from these suffering, means the beings which is giving suffering.
Yeah. So just like a small child, it gets affected if its toy is stolen, but you don't get affected by it because you're detached.
It is awareness or detachment, both are same, Prabhu, or how we can understand?
No, you are aware, and at the same time, it doesn't matter to you. So you are detached.
Oh, okay. So awareness causes the detachment, maybe then.
Yeah. More and more awareness of Krishna, so more we become detached to matter.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. I have one more question. If no one else, then I can ask.
Balram Neta Prabhu, then we can ask. Balram Neta Prabhu, go ahead.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very good explanation of the Bhaktisiddhanta Gaudiya Math logo. This is the first time I saw, hear the explanation. So thank you for that. I don't know, how do you going to transfer consciousness? Is it exact Sanskrit word, or it is a limitation of English language and translation between Sanskrit and English? Is it like Krishna's energy, or is it property, or how would you like to transfer it back to Sanskrit and into the Krishna's either energies or properties, or how would you transfer consciousness exactly? Is it like a jiva? Is it Brahman? Or
I didn't understand the question, bro.
The consciousness, right? We say Krishna consciousness. So is it is it Krishna's energy, or is it property, or is it everything about Krishna? How would you transfer that in original literatures? Yeah.
Okay, so Krishna consciousness comes from this word Krishna Bhavanamrita. So Krishna Bhavana, to be conscious of Krishna, right? So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna very nicely explains that the purpose of all the Vedic literatures is to know him, and one who knows him, he engages in the bhajan. Iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samandita. So one who knows him, he engages in the service of the Lord. And all our problems is pertaining to our forgetfulness of Krishna. And remembrance of Krishna, like Krishna Smriti, remembrance of Krishna actually is the solution for all the problems of our life. So, and that's the key aspect, when we call about Krishna consciousness. Right. So otherwise also we are conscious. So we are conscious of things in a wrong way. Right. So we are thinking that we are conscious of, I'm conscious of my phone existing here. But what's wrong with this consciousness? I'm not able to understand this phone is made of earth, water, fire, air, ether, and it has complete connection with Krishna. It has Krishna's energies, that is there. So my consciousness is now partial. I'm not able to have complete consciousness. I'm not able to have complete awareness. So I'm understanding things only to a partial level, not beyond, this one. So to have, to see everything in connection with Krishna, to have the remembrance of Krishna. So that's, one of the primary reasons, why we use this word, Krishna consciousness, right? So having everything in connection with Krishna. I don't know if I understood the question right.
No, that's right. So it's the ability of us to connect everything back to Krishna, whatever we see or whatever we do, is called Krishna consciousness.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Vimal Prabhu, you have a question?
Yeah, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Yeah, Prabhuji, I just wanted to understand one general understanding, Prabhuji, that was related to the third chapter, 42nd shloka, where, hierarchy of all the things are given, dull matter, the senses, and the mind, intelligence, and then the soul. So I just wanted to check from Prabhuji that this desire is the part of the soul, or desire is the part of soul? Okay.
Soul. That's the original property that the soul has. Nothing else we have in this world. We cannot do anything on our own in this world. So we have to desire, the Lord sanctions, and the material nature executes it, right? So that's the only property that the living entity has to desire, right? So that's why in many places Srila Prabhupada writes, what it takes to perfect Krishna consciousness or what it takes to go back to Godhead, it's one word, desire. Because that's the only thing that we have.
Yeah, because I hear Prabhupada lecture, he says that if you have an inch of material desire, you get a material body. So don't have inch of material desire. So I should connect that inch of desire to the soul. I got it, Prabhu. Thank you, sir. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu Gauranga, go ahead with the second question.
Yeah, Prabhu. Yeah. So, Prabhu, my next question is like, so whoever like practicing the Krishna consciousness, so chanting 16 rounds and 4 regulative principles and all. So, if at all we get liberation, we will get a liberation like a Sayujya kind of different liberations, or we will get Vaikuntha planets, or we will get if at all get liberation, definitely we get Goloka. That is the question, Prabhu, or like how to understand that.
So this is very nicely technically analyzed by Baldev Vidyabhushan in his Bhagavad Gita commentaries. So like there are 3 different tracks that he actually mentions. It's quite difficult for us to explain all of it at this short time. So like one thing that he mentions is, if we have material desires, so first is we have to be dharmic. We cannot be adharmic. And then we have to be dharmic. That means we are following the scriptures, and along with that we have material desires, and we want to also desire liberation. And with that, if we perform devotional service, after a long time we will attain liberation and we will go to Vaikuntha Loka, right? And then if we don't have material desires, we only have desire for liberation, and then we execute devotional service, we will end up in Vaikuntha. If we don't have material desires, if we don't have desire for liberation, we want only to please Krishna, and then we execute nirapeksha. He uses this term nirapeksha, one who is completely engaged in Krishna's service, nothing else apart from Krishna's service in his life, and not 16 rounds. It's like whole day long. It's fully engaged in Krishna service. It's really like it can be Eka Anga Bhakti, Nirantara Nama Japa, or Bahu Anga Bhakti, like sometimes Shravanam, sometimes Kirtanam, sometimes like management of the center, and sometimes like preaching, and this, sometimes book distribution, sometimes cooking and things like that. So, but Eka Anga or Bahu Anga, fully engaged in the Navadita Bhakti. Right? So, and for the pleasure of Krishna and for nothing else, not for material benefit, not for liberation, not for getting out of this material world, nothing, just simply to please Krishna. So then he actually goes to Goloka Vrindavan.
Thank you, Prabhu. Nicely put. Yeah. You can forward, Prabhu. I will connect offline. The more details.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Anyone else? Other questions? Okay. Thank you very much, Harikshetra Prabhu, for your valuable time, your wonderful explanation. Maybe we'll have some other session, continuation, part 2 and part 3, or some other part, later chapters of Sanatana section.
This is a very long section of Sanatana Goswami's teachings.
But very nice to see you. You took 3 parts and explained the pastime before the story connection, and then went into the teachings, and then the question answers. Very nice way, as Prabhupada always does, very systematically. So thank you so much for the revision.
Thank you. Thank you. Hare
His Grace Dhruv Maharaj will be there today evening, Sunday Peace program. Please join us in the evening. We'll have Nursing Yajna and then class by Dhruv Maharaj Prabhu. And this Friday is Ekadasi. We just finished Uttana Ekadasi. Lord has woken up. Now he's going to have Utpanna Ekadasi. That is December 8th Friday, and next Friday also important events, 3 important events. This Friday is Ekadasi, coming Friday. December, I think 22nd, Friday is 22nd, yeah. Vaikuntha Ekadasi, or called Mokshada Ekadasi, Gita Jayanti, distribution marathon going on for that purpose all over the world by Sri Prabhupada's desire. So let us distribute the books. And one more important event is there, very, very important for us, is December 30th, Saturday, Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Prabhupada's Tirobhav. Don't forget it. Okay, it's easy to forget in this holiday season. We will be somewhere in some place in vacation. We forget our Acharya. Then we're back to square one in the material world. So that's why I'm putting it out right now, a month ahead. So put it on your cell phone calendar. Otherwise, you're for sure is going to forget. Forgetting Acharya means forgetting our actual attaining the goal. So those are the quick announcements. See you all in the evening.
Hare Krishna, announce about the Japa retreat also.
Yeah, Japa retreat is there, 13, 14, 15. Is Wellness Rompal from Maharaj speaking. Yeah, no, 15, 16, 17, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Correct, Ramkishore?
Yeah, 15, 16, 17.
So, yeah. So
17th is the 64 round day. We encourage, even if you register, not register, to come and chant. It will be more powerful.
Yeah, post the details and Japatam, the scheduled aspect, so that devotees can participate accordingly. Okay. If you will have any Govinda's orders, you can place govindasnj.com, or for any celebration, birthday or anniversary, whatever. If you need to order, please contact one of us. Thank you very much. And holiday season, so distribute books as gifts. Everybody gives gifts, so that is the best way to give Krishna to others in the offices or neighbors, relatives. So please take that up very seriously and distribute prasad along with that. If you need prasad, please ask Jai Prakash Prabhu. You can give as much prasad as you want. So that is always needed. Actually, more than books, prasad has to be go with it, so that it can transform them by the prasad. More than philosophy. Thank you. Kandra's Bhagavatam Chaitanya Charitamrita Jai, Prabhupada Jai, Gaur Bhakti Jai. Hare Krishna.